Well, let's shoot that one and see what happens. Oh my goodness, it had beer in it. I didn't expect that. Oh, I didn't show you my new acquisition here in the world of weapons. I was in an antique store the other day. It's actually the same antique store where I bought Burt Reynolds drawers. Some of y'all know about that. Anyway, the lady in there was talking about how bad business had been, how she hadn't made any money, and light bill was so high. She didn't think she's going to be able to keep on going on. And I felt bad. I thought, dang, I wish I could buy something. I wish I could find something in here I could buy, because I'd feel better if I was to buy something to help this lady out. She needs business, and I got money. I got a little money in my pocket. You know, if I had enough money to buy something, that'd be a good thing, you know? I mean, that's how we are good to folks. Sometimes is if folks are in business and they can't make no money, you go out and spend some money and you can help them out. I was walking around the store, I couldn't really find anything I wanted. I said, Lord, help me find something I can buy. Well, I looked up and there was this BB gun for sale. And it's a nice one. It's a Daisy. I ain't even tried to shoot it yet, but it might be fun to shoot. It's got some BBs that came with it. And it's got some, I think she said it has some pellets. It's a pellet gun and a BB gun, and it came with a scope, which I think is a little bit laughable, because where are you ever going to find a BB gun that shoots far enough, straight enough to use a scope? But anyway, so one of these days, when I'm not busy loading videos or making them, I'll put some BBs in this thing, figure out how it works. We'll have us a big time. We'll just shoot up the neighborhood. Oh joy, life is good. Life is real good here. Just saying, life is good. Get back in there. I think so. I'm gonna pack BBs out of the way. Maybe it went this way. I guess it went that way instead. Okay. So there's my new gun acquisition, my new BB gun. Oh, we're having some fun with that. Oh, the joy. Morning, everybody. How's the world treating you out there? What I have today is an air rifle. This is a Daisy Powerline 880, 177 caliber, 4.55 millimeter, BB caliber, 4.5 millimeter, Daisy, Rogers, Arizona, or Arkansas, probably Arkansas, USA, made in China. Oh, well, I wish I hadn't read that part. Rifled barrel. I was in an antique store the other day. It's a very nice, sort of elderly-ish woman there who was telling me that she hadn't sold anything all month, or hadn't sold enough to pay her light bill. I was really wishing that I could buy something from her to help her out. Walking around the store literally praying, Lord, show me something that I can buy without feeling like I'm just giving the money away. And looked up about that time, saw a picture of an angel overlooking children. I thought, well, that's a good sign. And then I saw this BB gun. I can generally buy a gun any day of the week if I see one for sale at a semi-reasonable price. So I bought this air gun. I've never had an air gun. When I was a kid, we had Daisy BB guns. We had the old-fashioned Red Ryder type gun with the cock on it. It wasn't as good as the first guns we had, which was the pump action. These were all spring-loaded, and you would unscrew the magazine and the barrel. It would actually come out of the barrel. You put your BBs in that, put it back in, and it was hard to cock, especially for a little kid. When you cock it, it pulled a spring into place, which would push the BB out the barrel. Now this is an air gun. You cock this thing with this handle right here, and you cock it 10 times. And I fired it once up at the house at a box, and I thought, well, it's nice to be able to see what it will do if you shoot it at something, and it's hard to see when you shoot at a box because it went through the box, but it went so fast I really couldn't see it. So I thought what I'd try doing is I'm sitting next to the lake and there's a leaf floating out there. I'm going to try to start my camera and hold my camera up sort of in line with my line of sight as I aim at that leaf and try to shoot it. Let's see if this works. It'll be kind of a test of the camera also. This is one of those new iPhone 12 Pro. So what I'm going to try to do is to aim this, and I've already got this camera running. So I'm going to set the camera kind of right, maybe. I don't know if I can aim by looking through the camera, but maybe if I set it beside the camera, I can spot the leaf out there and you can see what happens when I shoot it. We'll try that. See if I can get my aim about right with one hand. A little tricky. Take a deep breath. Oh, and it might not hurt to let the safety off first. The gun does have a safety. That makes a difference. So, I'm going to try this again. Stop talking. It appears to have kicked the leaf right out of the water. I'm going to watch the video to see what it looks like. And I'll lean this up against the side of a tree while I do that. I don't know if I can watch it in slow motion. I don't think I can. But this is me. Yeah, that didn't work. So at the point, if I can get to the point where I shoot this thing, yeah, see, it's not really, it's focusing on the end of the gun and not on where it's shooting, more or less. But let's try it. Maybe if I pull it up in my computer, I can, there's me letting the safety off, so I'm fixing to shoot it. So I'm going to shoot it now. The leaf is about halfway across the lake. I saw the BB go out, but it wasn't very well focused. So let's try that again. So we will, we'll come back to where we were. Put you back down here on the ground. And this time I'll go through the process of letting you watch how I load this. Now the BBs go into this over here on the left side. There's a little door here that opens and closes. You pour your BBs in. It'll take up to 50 BBs. The way you operate this, and as I'm doing this, I'm going to say this. When I was a kid, I wasn't strong enough to do what I'm about to do, which is pump this thing with one hand. I would have to put the gun stock on the ground, take that old BB gun, and use my body weight. And I'm pretty sure they make these for kids, but anyway, so it may not be that easy for a small child to cock, but what you do, first thing you do is open the little lever and you pump it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you hold it up and it puts a BB right there, and then you can close that. And there is a safety, which in this case I didn't lock. So I'm going to try again to hold the camera to see if I can get it to focus instead of on the gun. I'm going to try to get it to focus on the leaf that I'm going to shoot at. So I got this started. I got the video. The video is running. So instead of holding the camera within sight of the gun, I'm going to hold the camera and try to focus it on the leaf. I have to find the leaf. There's the leaf. Here's the gun. This is pretty tricky, but I think I can do it. I'm going to take a deep breath and steady myself. You know, I've got a slow motion setting on this camera. So I think I'm going to do that same thing again and then try filming it in slow motion. So I'm going to open this, pump this. Close that. And this time I'm going to use the slow motion setting on this camera. So I'm going to go ahead and start the video. And then I'm going to aim with one hand. I'm going to get the camera pointing. Oh, let's zoom this in a lot, as much as we can. And once again, I'll have to find the leaf, which I know is out there somewhere. I think it's right there. And then I'm going to aim. And we'll try to do this in slow motion. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Tell you what, these new cameras is pretty amazing. There it is right there. Oof. Okay. Now, I don't know if that told us much of anything or not, but it's kind of fun. I'm just going to sit here and plink away, which is what this is for, really, because to try to do this while you're watching is pretty hard. But to do it for my own pleasure, not so much. Two hands. Did somebody forget to close the lever? Yeah. So I noticed this seems to go in a little low, and I'm wondering if it's because the BB falls, or I'm wondering if the sight could be adjusted. Actually, there is an adjustment on this side. So if this goes higher, that goes lower. So if I adjust this sight, one click, let's try that. Yep, have to remember to keep pushing that, push that thing back down. Well, that did get me closer. Let's go one more click on this sight. I'm moving the rear sight up every time I do this. There's a little adjustable thing right here. Open this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, I either hit the leaf or I hit within a fraction. Now another question I got is, how far would this throw a BB? Like if I point it up the gully there, how far would it go? Because from here to that could be 75 feet, I'm thinking. So what if I shot it? It says you have to hold this up to get the BB in there, but every time I do that, the BB's already in there ready to go. So what if I shot it Well, just what if I just shoot at the other bank over there? I'm sure no, you probably can't. I won't be able to tell too much, but the leaf is right there, and I'm with the sight set the way I've got it. I'm able to hit the leaf now. So what if I fired it like? What if I walked down here? And you probably won't be able to see where this hits, but if you look way out there, there's a piece of wood sticking out of the lake. Hey, what? I'm going to swap cameras. Is that cell phone camera has a zoom. So I'm going to expand the zoom as far as it will go. And then I'm going to aim way out there. There's a tree. I want to get out of the line of a piece of brush there. There's a tree. So I'm going to aim way out there. Okay. So what that did was, you see that little orange point sticking out? Well, I had aimed it. Where had I aimed it? Maybe I need to go back, because I probably hadn't aimed that far above that. I'm not doing a very good gun video. Oh well. I'm having fun though. So this time I'm going to be a little bit more specific. There's an orange bank out there about a football field away. I'm going to do the same thing with this thing. Set it on video. Start it and go out. This will go out like 6 times. So I'm going to go out 6 times. I'm going to actually aim at the red bank that you'll see, oh, way over there. I'm aiming literally at that red bank. And I'm wobbling all over the place. But I am 67 years old, so I get to wobble a little bit and get away with it. Let's do this again. Okay, I aimed at that red bank that's all the way out yonder, and I hit, oh, a little ways beyond this outcropping here, somewhere between that and that first tree that's sticking out of the water. That's pretty good ways for a BB gun. Probably if I aimed way up in the air, but you know what, with a BB gun, you don't shoot at anything that far away, because even if you hit it good, well, how would you ever hit anything like that? So what might be more funner is to shoot something close and let you see what that looks like. Let's do that. Let's take this camera. Let's just come right down to the edge of the water. So this time, I'm literally going to point it right down there so we can see what it looks like when I shoot it right down there. Oh, and again, I have to release that. Oh, that was satisfying. I like that. One thing I noticed about this I hadn't thought about, and I noticed the BBs, when we used to buy BBs, they were kind of like brass colored. I don't know if they were copper or brass, but what they were made out of. But I noticed this has steel BBs. And I just noticed that when this thing feeds a BB in here, it seems to stay put pretty well. And I think I remember when I was reading the instructions, it mentioned something about a magnet. So there must be a steel BB with a magnet that kind of holds that BB in place till you close the receiver. That would make sense, wouldn't it? That would explain a thing or two. So I think I'm just gonna sit y'all down over here, and I'm just gonna shoot at a few things just to see. Oh, I don't know, just for the shooting fun of it. You know, sometimes somebody said something about a gun and they ain't good for nothing unless you want to shoot something or something like that. Well, there's a tin can. Well, ha, somebody littered in my lake and left a tin can. Well, by golly, if I shot that tin can, I wouldn't be doing any harm, would I? Not so much. Let's shoot that tin can. I'll sit you down while I cock this thing again. And I swear I didn't stage that tin can being in the water there. It was there all by itself. When I was a kid, we used to shoot things to see if the BB would go through them. Something like a tin can. Although I think tin cans back in those days were tougher than tin cans are today. These tin cans today, they seem pretty untough. But let's shoot that one and see what happens. Oh my goodness, it had beer in it. I didn't expect that. You know, you see a tin can laying around somewhere, you think it's going to be empty. That one had beer in it. And she come spilling out too. That was fun and funny. Alright, I'll have to pick that tin can up later. I don't want to leave that trash down here, but I think that was funny. I'm sorry. You may or may not want to laugh with me, but I think it was funny. I'm going to shoot it again. I know what'll happen now. Again. When I do it again. One thing I will have to say, I'm having fun. This is fun. And I think that's what BB guns are all about. You know, I could get a real gun, real meaning a gun that shoots true bullets, and unless I'm shooting really something small like a 22 or a .17, I'm going to pay a lot of money for bullets. Bullets are up to, I don't know, some of them are up to over $1 a shot nowadays, which makes shooting a real gun kind of expensive, and it's loud, hurts your ears. But these BBs, this BB gun, why, this ain't loud, and it don't hurt my ears. Hey, what I'll do, I'm gonna sit you right down here, right in the edge of the there, where you can hopefully kind of see that can, and then I'm gonna shoot it with the BB gun from over here. Oh, the joy. See, that BB hit right there. So let's shoot it from the back side, right about the water line. Yes, that's very satisfying. And it's cheap, and it's safe, it don't hurt my ears. And because I count the number of cocks, it's also helping me to learn to count to 10. Just in case in my old age I had forgotten how. Oh, the joy. I feel a lot like I could revisit my childhood very easily here. just walk around with my BB gun, shooting helpless, inanimate objects. Like that old beer can. Yeah. To see what happens though, if you shoot one of these wild, then you want to test it out on like a car door, or a windshield, or the kitchen glass in your mama's house. Yeah, no, those are all things you shouldn't do. I suppose I could shoot that little pine cone. Just sitting right in front of the can. Ooh, wasn't that satisfying? I feel like, you know that Top Gun episode where they keep shooting cars with bigger and bigger weapons, and they wind up shooting it with rockets and missiles and bazookas, and I feel a lot like that. And that was very satisfying to watch all those explosions. And I feel the same way when I shoot that pine cone right there. Woo! Oh, the joy! I hope I'm getting all this on video. Let me look and see what this thing is aiming at. Oh yeah, I think I am getting it. I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, if my eyes aren't too bad, I think that is the can right there. Well, since that leaf is sitting there, let's shoot it. I wonder if this thing would kill a snake. You know, I don't know if it would kill one or not, but it might give them a headache. Oh, Lordy. Yes, I can see where this could bring back some little kid moments. I'm 67 years old. I'm retired. I'm a grown-up. And then some. And I'm sitting here playing with a BB gun, shooting a thin can, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Look at all. Look at all. This age, with guns and ammo and everything has gotten hard to find and expensive. We should all get a BB gun. I'm gonna walk back over by that stump and shoot that can from here, see if I can hit it. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. I'll be important I don't shoot y'all. I'll try not to. Did I miss the can? Or did it go through? Okay, my camera stopped before I was ready for it to. And the best part was when I shot that can, because it went just a tumbling after I brought it up out of the lake. But I also shot this piece of wood right here. This is a piece of beaver stick right here. And you can see that BB. You see it shining. That BB penetrated that wood. Over here it went in right there where there's a knot, and over here it went in just a regular piece of wood. But I'm thinking, well, if it's powerful enough to penetrate that wood, it's powerful enough to hurt a snake. Now I want to say I don't recommend hurting snakes. I actually think snakes are good. The non-poisonous kind are very good for pest control. They eat a lot of things that we don't really want to have to live with on a day-to-day basis. So, you know, there's a good reason not to hurt snakes. But The poisonous kind, now that's kind of a different matter, because them's the ones that can kill you. If you got a snake that can kill you, it's probably a good idea to take some sort of decisive action to, you know, cause that snake to no longer be functional. That's why I mentioned snakes, because that's the biggest thing I'm liable to want to need to shoot. Out here, of course, since I got a gun that you have to cock 10 times, probably any self-respecting snake could escape before I was able to shoot him. Let's shoot that can, see what happens. Oops, safety's on. I put the safety on a while ago. Well, pretty satisfying. I might be getting a blister on my hand from cocking this thing, but it's still very satisfying.
Go play more.
Yeah. Maybe I should start to curtail my can shooting. Maybe I'll take a shot at that pine cone. And then we'll call that good and go to the house. And, well, there's still a few things that I hadn't shot around here. Oh, wasn't that satisfying? Oh my goodness. I like that. I like that a whole lot. Let's do that again. Let's point this. Let's get the camera away from that. And maybe, I suppose we could put the camera here, toss out the pine cone to float upon the waters. Like that. Well, we could try shooting that. Oh, the joy. Okay then. Y'all enjoyed that as much as I did? I doubt it. Hope you had some fun though, because I sure did. Looks like we almost got a little sun to come out. I'll head back to the house. Well, I still got a BB or two left in my gun, just in case I run across a dangerous varmint that needs to be dispatched. Not likely that it will, but you never know. See y'all. I guess there is one more thing I could say. I mentioned a while ago I was getting a blister on my hand from cocking this, and I was cocking it like this, and when I do, it kind of hurts along my finger, but if I took the gun like this and cocked it, see, it'd be more like a squeeze box. It's not putting that twisty feeling on the side of my hand. It's actually a lot easier to cock this way, and my BB's staying in place. How many cocks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 9 or 10? Let's just shoot it. But I don't want to shoot y'all. Let's shoot something satisfying. One more thing. We'll shoot one more thing. And it seems to me that old pine cone seems to be pretty satisfying. Let's put it here. Here. Old pine cone. There's an old pine cone hiding in the bush here. And the ranger, he snuck up on him and he cocked his gun. loaded his bullet and he reared back and he fired on him. Oops, I missed him. Dang, I hate when that happens. I think I missed him. I didn't see no reaction, no satisfying reaction. So we'll try it again. We'll try to see if we can get a more central shot this time. Hi-ya! Oh yeah, that was a good one. Okay. Okay. Thanks y'all for hanging out with me. It's been fun. Fun for me anyway. See ya.